there you are.
All right, good evening. This is a special meeting of Livingston's Planning Board, and notice of this meeting has been published in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you, Jackie. If you can please call the roll.
Sure. Mr. Ratner?
Here.
Ms. Fass?
Here.
Mr. Dufford?
Here.
Ms. Vishnu?
Here.
Ms. Khanna?
Here.
Vice Chair Santola?
Here.
Chairman Fernandez?
Here.
We do have a quorum. Mr. Reber, Mr. Diner, Mr. Lewis, and Mr. Butani are not present this evening. We also have our board attorney and our planner consultant.
Thank you. And if you can call the first matter, please.
That matter scheduled for this evening is preliminary and final site plan with variance for application number 2025-80-PFSPV, 615 South Livingston Avenue in the B1 zone, Swim Quest LLC.
Thank you. Mr. Posada, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Matthew Posada, and I'm from the law firm Sills, Cummins & Gross, and I represent the applicant that's here tonight, SwimQuest LLC, in connection with this application for site plan approval, but most specifically for the C variance relief related to signage. I want to remind the board that this application itself is not for a full site plan approval, but rather just limited just the proposed signage we have and those variances that get triggered along there with it. As of right now, if you were to drive past the site, you would see that the proposed building, I shouldn't say proposed, the fully developed and occupied building has a SwimQuest right there in occupation as an end cap right next to the gas station. What we're looking to do is on that side facade, which although technically is a side facade for all intents and purposes, practically operates as another facade that fronts the street. Because of that gas station being there, you have a straight view of it, that side wall itself. So with that being said, what we're looking to do is on that side wall, propose a new signage that will be internally illuminated, and that would be illuminated from dusk to dawn. Tonight, I'm gonna have two professionals be our expert witnesses. First is gonna be my architect, and second will be my planner. And if I may, I'd like to call my first witness, my architect, Carolina.
Please do.
Do you want to swear in?
I can swear she's going there. I'll swear in she was there. Okay, raise your right hand. When you're ready, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, give us your full name for the record, please.
Karolina Podkanowicz, Karolina, last name Podkanowicz.
Carolina, can you please provide us with your educational credentials and whether or not your license is still in good standing?
Sure. So I graduated from New York Institute of Technology in 2013. My license, my architectural license in New Jersey since 2017. My license is current. I am currently employed at Jarmal Kaizel Architects and Engineers here in Livingston. The firm is located at 42 Oakner Parkway. And I have testified in front of this board before and many others.
Great. Does this board accept her as an expert in architecture?
Any questions from the board? Seeing none, the board accepts you as an expert witness in architecture.
Thank you. All right, Carolina, why don't you walk us through what we're looking to do here?
Okay. So we are looking here at a commercial one-story building located at, I'm going to zoom in, 615 South Livingston Avenue. The signage we're currently asking up in the application is signage A on plan right of the building on the wall that faces the adjacent property. The sign is 5 feet off from the ground level. Currently, the size of the sign is 19 feet 2 inches long and 8 foot high. The letters themselves are 2 feet high. There's a 1 foot space between the letters and the swimmer. And the swimmer here is 5 foot in height. The signage area is 153.336 square feet. The signage color is aqua blue, both for the letters and the logo. The sign thickness here is 3 inches, as you see in detail number 5 on the sheet. The sign illumination is 6,500 lumens. The signage material is 3/16 thick acrylic white translucent with blue vinyl overlay face, so it gives that blue tint. And allows the interior illumination to illuminate the sign. And the outer edges of the signs are aluminum. On the bottom here, you'll see the elevation, a large elevation of the signage on that facade. Most of the building on that property line is solid, it's masonry. We were trying to enhance the portion of the building that is the corner closer to the South Livingston Avenue. We enhanced it with a wood trim on top at the parapet level and added a nice signage that one's driving along South Livingston Avenue can see. Thank you.
I just have a few questions for you. Is it fair to say that the business hours of operation during the week are between 9 a.m. and 7:30 p.m.?
Yes.
Would it also be fair to say that the business operation hours on the weekends are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.?
Yes.
And the proposed internal illumination would be from dusk till dawn?
Yes.
And the purpose of which is to encourage safe wayfinding and emergency services?
That's correct.
I have no further questions for this witness.
So the testimony is it's for safe wayfinding?
And identification of the building?
So, first, just color-wise, just so we can get, because the ordinance requires, if it's blue-green, 200 feet within a traffic signal, need a variance. So just to be clear on the color, just it's not blue-green?
So the
There's
color
more
was
of a
going to
blue-
be
just
consistent
really
with the
blue?
front facade's blue color.
Okay.
We haven't actually selected the illumination color yet, but that was our thought process, just to have that continuity.
Also, I know that, traditionally, I think that this board, when there's a logo with some other signage, we consider it one sign, not two signs. So I just want that for the record as well. We don't, consider SwimQuest plus a logo on top as two separate signs. So we consider it as one sign. But can we just talk about size? It's,
Yes.
It's pretty large.
100 square feet.
Can you walk us through the dimensions of it again?
It's 19 feet, 2 inches long, and 8 foot high,
And then how much does it stick out as well?
3 inches.
So wait, I'm sorry, 8 feet by 19 and a half?
Yes.
Yes.
8 feet from the ground or the sign itself?
The sign
From the-
itself is 18 by 19.
From the ground, it's 5 feet.
So Barbara, the ordinance doesn't read in square footage, right? But if you did the math, what does it permit? For the math?
It permits, hold on 1 second.
The maximum height is 5 feet that's allowable under the ordinance.
Yes.
Anything beyond that requires a variance.
So we got a total of 7 feet.
So the ordinance permits a maximum height of 5 feet. And the maximum width shall not exceed 90% of the width of the storefront to which the sign is attached.
Yes.
It is along the side elevation.
So the length of that side is about 137 feet. It's a very long facade. And if you notice, the sign is big, but when placed on that elevation, it doesn't seem so big at that corner. So currently, the length of the sign over the overall length of that elevation is about 14%.
Okay.
And have you considered just what it would look like if it was at the 5-foot requirement?
I believe in the early stages of design, we did look at it, but we felt this portion of the building was very plain, and we wanted to introduce a larger signage to show that what's happening in the building, it's something new and exciting for the town.
The other issue too is that it's right adjacent to the gas station itself. So considering the traffic coming in and out, we wanted to make sure that it would at least be large enough so that one could see it, regardless of which way they're coming through.
You don't happen to have a rendering with the gas station? Like,
No, with the views, no. The side angles, no.
You know, my problem is it makes that section of the building. See ya. It makes that section of the building look like a billboard. I mean, I can't see myself voting for a sign that big on the side of the building. It's not even on the street. It's not a street facade. It's 160 square feet. I don't think we've ever approved a sign half that size. And it's illuminated. I mean, people are gonna drive by and go, what in the world went on here? That's just my opinion.
Well, I think we're going into the justification, so if I may, call my next witness.
Sure.
Let's call my planner to discuss the variance relief we're requesting. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Are there any questions from the audience for this witness as to the witness's testimony? Please come up.
Make it double.
Yeah, thank you, Jackie. Yes, name and address, please.
Yeah, my name is Percy Pineda. I live on 23 East Over Gap Road.
Okay,
My property is adjacent to the pool.
okay.
I wish you all the luck. I hope it goes good. Oh, you're the lawyer. Okay, well, who's the owner? Okay. And I also agree with the lights. It's, until dawn is a little too much, but it's okay to me. A business is a business, I understand. But I have two requests. My property is adjacent, it's a long yard. And the fence is collapsing, and it's embarrassing. And my second request is that all the pine trees, because they're huge, they're very tall, and they cover all the way, provide shade to half my backyard, and I cannot plant anything. So it will be fair for you, I think, and for me, if you take care of your business, and I wish you all the best, but also on the other side of the spectrum, maybe you can fix that fence, and maybe you can have, because I cannot have it trimmed.
Well, again, this is,
Because it's on
as to
your
this
property.
witness is, you know, it's not the question for this witness, but I think you hear the concern.
Yes.
If you have a question for this witness, now is the time. If you, and I don't see this being a very long application, at the end, you'll be able to make a statement under oath on whatever you want to talk about.
But right now, just
Right
as
now, just this witness, about this witness's testimony, and then at the very end,
so I'll wait until the end.
right, and then you'll,
Thank you.
Whose fence is it?
yeah,
Do we know whose fence it is?
Whose fence?
yeah.
Yeah.
It belongs to the
Not
pro,
your fence.
no, the fence belongs to the property, the Slaters.
It's on the border of your property.
Yeah.
So it's the Slater's fence, that's why.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll have you come back under oath, but thank you, and at least you have a heads up. There's something to think about.
Thank you.
Just something to chew on as. Any other questions from the audience for this witness, as to the witness's testimony only? Okay, seeing none, thank you.
You swear the testimony given in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do,
Okay, please give us your full name for the record.
certainly. My name is Michael Lanzafama, that's Lanzafama. I'm a licensed professional engineer, land surveyor, and planner, licensed in the state of New Jersey. My license is current. I'm a principal with the firm of Casey and Keller Incorporated, 258 Main Street, Millburn, New Jersey. I've testified before this board on numerous occasions in all three capacities.
How are you testifying tonight?
as a planner.
Anything, any more for your expert? Any questions from the board?
It's going to invalidate about 400 applications.
Hearing no objection, the board accepts you as an expert in planning.
Thank you. Yes, I'm here this evening to talk about the sign that we're proposing for the southern facade of this building. If you look at the plans that were submitted, I'd like to bring your attention to the one facade sign, or one facade image that was taken from South Livingston Avenue, looking down along that facade. And you see that large blank wall that existed there. And part of the proposal, the analysis that was done, was for wayfinding, and I'll get into that in a minute. But another part of this was aesthetics. It was our opinion that we could improve the aesthetics as you're coming in off JFK Parkway onto South Livingston Avenue, and you have the lovely gas station there. You have an opportunity here to dress up the entrance to your community. And we saw that as a possibility here, and that was why we proposed the facade sign that we did. In looking at that, we thought that that would actually dress up the facade, and Mr. Santola's accusation that it's a billboard, I take offense to. That was not our intent. Our intent was an effort to try and create some graphic artwork that would actually enhance the building. It's no different than a mural you might see on some of the facades as you go through.
Which are not allowed either.
Well, I know, but sometimes you may want to dress up a building, especially an older building such as this, and try and create a situation where somebody actually takes note of it. And granted, it is an advertisement for the tenant that's within that section of the building, but I think it really does enhance that facade of the building. And that part of my planning proof as a professional planner was, in my opinion, that the variance for the additional sign and the illumination and the size of the sign could be supported under the C2 criteria, and that aesthetics would be one of the positive criteria that was being advanced by this application. We also have the general public safety, and that is letting people, motorists, know full well where this site, this use, this building, the Swims Quest, is located, because our primary entrance to our parking area is on East Hobart Gap Road. So we need to get motorists to make that right-hand turn at East Hobart Gap Road. And by having the SwimQuest sign in that location, facing that direction, that alerts motorists coming north on JFK onto South Livingston that, boom, there we are. Let's make this right-hand turn at East Hobart and enter the parking lot that's behind the building. So I think having the sign there is important, and I hear you loud and clear about the size. But when you look at that massive facade, as Carolina said, it's like 137 feet long, 18 feet high. That's a huge facade. And we tried to make the sign proportional to the building on which it is attached. And we thought we did that. Granted, you know, you don't see it with the gas station there. I don't have an exhibit of that, but we do have a rendering that I believe, did we submit that? No. I have it, but I can't get it on this laptop, that I think was really telling for you. And I think the color that you see, it will be similar to the sign that's on the front facade already, which was approved because it's fully compliant. Building permit was issued for that. The Business Improvement District looked at the signage and they signed off on it. They felt it was appropriate. And I think it goes a long way in actually beautifying the area. You may all disagree, but in my mind, this could be accomplished under the C2 criteria, and that we would meet the test of not having a significant impact on the intent and purpose of the zone plan. Remember, the whole issue about illuminated signs was initiated because of neighbor complaints, residential neighbor complaints. Here you have signage that's facing a gas station, the fire department across the street, and just wooded area beyond that. So you're not impacting any residential properties by having this sign illuminated that size at this location. Across the street, you have Nero's, you have other wooded areas beyond the other side of the intersection. So again, no individual homeowner is going to be impacted by this sign. And me personally, I think it does enhance the building, and I love the color. I think the color is kind of neat, the aqua blue that is being proposed. So the long and the short of it is we need variance relief for the height. It's 3 feet larger than what's permitted. It meets the requirements under the ordinance for the length of the sign and the percentage of the facade it's located on. It doesn't exceed the setback or extension off the facade. It's 3 inches or less. The color is compliant. It's not going to be confused with the traffic light, and that's the purpose of that section of the ordinance. So the variance we're seeking is a sign on a facade that's not facing a street or a parking area or the main entrance, and it's the second illuminated sign, as well as the overall height. So if we just look at those 3 aspects of the ordinance that I believe we violate and we need relief from, I believe that that relief could be granted. We could overcome the hurdle of the municipal land use law that's not going to have a significant impact on adjoining property owners. It's not going to have a negative impact on the zone plan and the zoning ordinance of the Township of Livingston. I wish I could bring up that
Well,
rendering.
I'm actually looking at it, I brought it up on Google Maps, just to kind of see what the facade, that side facade looks like.
That's the front facade.
And I'm not,
Hold,
yeah, I'm not,
IT guy
I'm
there.
personally not troubled, yeah, there it is, I'm personally not troubled with, you know, the
There you
sign on
go.
the side of the building.
That's,
But, you know, yeah, I was looking at, you know, a lot of that side facade is blocked by the,
well, hopefully there won't be,
you know,
well, the aqua
you know,
blue
by
truck is.
the,
They're there all the time. So, Mike, can I ask you a question? So the fact that the sign isn't fronting on a road,
Correct.
right? How doesn't that have an impact, a negative impact on the zone plan? I mean, we see
The,
these
the,
applications
the
and
the
deny them all the
restriction,
time.
the restriction,
Oh, I'm sorry.
the restriction about the number of signs and the additional illumination and the size was the potential impact it would have on residential property owners.
No,
If
I'm
you-
talking about the fact that it's not on the street.
But
I'm
but in my
focusing on the
mind,
fact it's not on the street.
but it's on, at the building facade, you can clearly see from East Hobart Gap Road because of the adjoining use.
Yeah, but you could, if you drive down Livingston Avenue, you make that argument about every building as you
Well,
go. You
you know,
can see
we-
the side
we-
of the building, but the zone, for whatever reason the council decided, shouldn't allow side yard signs unless they front on a street.
Because they were primarily concerned about adjoining properties such as residences that would be negatively impacted. Here you have a service
well,
station.
I don't know whether that's the reason.
I believe that's what it was.
I think
'cause
part of it is
remember-
when you're in the parking lot, you already
remember-
know where you are.
Yeah,
All right, remember 545
Yep.
Northfield? We got an internally illuminated sign on the side of the dentist's office.
yeah, is
But there
That
was
we
a-
recently
Well,
approved.
there was a road there.
There's a driveway.
Yeah.
there.
Right, well, it used to be
Sure.
a street.
Well, it wasn't a street.
It was a
Steve,
driveway.
it was
we
never a
proposed
street.
For Mike Goldman.
Yeah, Mike
Yeah,
Golan's.
didn't it go through the college?
So, and if you recall, remember Sam's Place, what we went through with that,
Well,
with the
that's part
signs
of
on
what's
the back.
blunting us.
That was part of the.
That's not in favor of argument.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying to you. That had such a negative impact on adjoining property owners. Here, you don't have that scenario.
Right.
Here, you have a firehouse, you have a gas station. Here's an opportunity.
I'm agreeing with you that it's not a negative impact on the neighbors. My question is the zone plan, right? You have to satisfy both prongs.
Right.
And we're told
But-
all the time, don't approve these side yard signs that don't face the street. And I'm not sure how you can make an argument that it doesn't impact the zone plan.
The municipal land use law that says that it can have a significant impact on the zone plan. Granted,
Fair
it's
enough.
contrary to the zone plan, but in my mind, it's not a significant impact. That here, you're getting this opportunity to try and jazz up that entrance into your community. And you're coming in off of JFK. I've done this millions of times, because that's the way I come from my office every time I come into town. And, you know, you got the Luke Oil there, and here you have this blank facade that existed for decades. And now you had this opportunity to kind of jazz it up with the signage we're proposing.
Used to be windows in there.
That was a long time ago.
But I think it's, you know, it's two, it's, you know, first, you know, having this sign on the side, but then secondly, it's size.
This is what you have up on the screen now.
Yeah,
There
there
you
you
go. This is what we're proposing. And that, in my mind, does not look like a billboard.
The
I
reason
think-
I
I
suggested it
think-
looked like a billboard was because the end cap where the,
I
man
know.
starts, ends,
I
it's like
didn't mean
creative.
to pick on you,
no,
Steve.
that's okay, I'm just pointing it out. Defending my accusation.
So you can see, aesthetically, I think it's kind of neat. And I think it really jazzes up that
If it
corner.
was on Route 10, it would be super cool.
But what if it was,
So
you know,
why can't it
was-
be here?
It's only a few feet too high.
It's three.
8 feet
It's
high.
3
Right,
feet.
so,
But,
you know,
but that proportion is important to the size of the facade you're dealing with.
well, most of that side of the building you're not going to see because
Yeah,
the
but-
gas station
But
is
the,
there.
the vertical height too, and the treatment, the wood treatment on the top is important. And you could see how to me, it just looks like the right size and the right place to be.
So Mike, let me ask you a
Could we
question.
knock off a foot? Maybe, I don't know, I'd have to,
Let me
Karina.
ask you a question. So every application's supposed to stand on its own, right? We're not supposed to worry
Absolutely.
about the slippery slope.
Absolutely.
However, you just argued 540 Main,
No,
right?
well, I was,
Let me finish.
go ahead, finish.
And so how do we stop everybody along Livingston Avenue, Mount Pleasant Avenue from coming in and saying, I got a side yard, you can see it from the red light, and it jazzes up the building? How do we defend ourselves?
You gotta look at it. You gotta study it. You gotta look at its location on the streetscape. You gotta see whether or not it's truly visible as you approach from an alternate street. You just have to study each one independently, Steve. It's the way it is. And, you know, my opinion here is I think it's a perfect fit for this location, for this facade. You may think differently.
But wouldn't a 5-foot sign just, you know, achieve the same purpose of identification?
I don't know if it would really fit. It would look I think, too small.
Well, now it looks too big.
We can, I don't know, we can certainly go back and study it and see what might work.
Yeah,
I mean, I think part of what undercuts it is that the roof line only goes a certain portion past that, so
Right.
that it makes the sign look even larger proportionately. I understand you're looking at the entire length of the
Right.
building, and even if you cut it to, even if we said that the side was only that portion, I'm sure you're within the 90%
Right. Yeah,
requirement
yeah,
of the ordinance.
The length is.
Right, the length
fully
is not the
compliant.
issue, but it,
But if you're gonna
proportionately, it's
shrink,
too large.
if you're gonna shrink it vertically, you gotta
You're
shrink
going
it
to,
horizontally.
yes.
It's-
Right.
It's gotta be proportional.
Michael, tell us a little bit about the lighting, please.
yeah.
Wait,
Wait, they
Sam
were
has a
recessed.
question first, before you take.
The lighting is an aqua blue. Unfortunately, the rendering is kind of, it shows the wall as blue, but it actually, the illumination is blue. Do we have a picture of the front sign that was put in? There's the sign along South Livingston Avenue is already up.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
And,
the whole facade
Yeah,
looks
but-
great. No one's arguing.
but I don't see this, but it gives you the color. That's it's gonna be the same color. So, I don't see it on there. Am I not seeing it?
It's on one of the photos.
It's on the photo.
It's definitely up. Here, it's
But
on
it's
the
also
screen.
not 8 feet tall.
It's on.
Okay, yes. So
And the color
it's
is
good,
nice.
it's an aqua blue. It's obviously water. That's, that's,
Mr. Posada, can we mark the Google Earth shot as A1? Thank you.
Matt, are you offering this document? Yes. It'll be A1? Yep. You want to describe it for the record?
No, this one was in the packet. It's the Google Earth,
This,
no, the
no,
Google
I'm talking
Earth
about the
shot
one
that they
that's
had
up
up
on the,
before.
the one that's up on the screen hasn't been marked.
No, but that's in the packet.
That is in the packet?
That was in the packet.
I didn't get it.
Supposing Seymour's comes to us.
That was Steve's,
I apologize.
that was Steve's.
The one in the packet had the facade
That's the
sign.
front, that's the front view. This is a separate photo.
Yeah.
So we do have to mark that.
yeah, I don't believe
I was
this
gonna
was
say, yeah,
submitted.
we can mark that as Exhibit A, A1.
Yeah, that's a rendering of the
Yeah.
SwimQuest sign on the southern facade.
So Mike, how does the business work? Like, I assume you buy a package of swim lessons, you come Saturday mornings for
Correct,
8 weeks?
correct. It's
whatever?
primarily swim lessons that they do. Occasionally, they'll do a party or something.
Sure, birthday party, right?
Yeah, but it's mostly just swim lessons, just like you take your kid to karate class or you take them to swim class.
Right, so it kind of undercuts a little bit, but the wayfinding, right? Because it's a destination use. You know where you're going. I take my kid every Saturday morning to the YMCA.
Yes
I
and
know
no,
where
but
to
what
turn.
about,
What about the party use itself?
The party use would be a little trickier, but you can make another argument that if you see that sign and you're at the light, you should make a right? But you're gonna go straight because the sign's forward. I'm not
Well,
saying
you
people are
can-
gonna do that, I'm just saying
You
as a
can give-
wayfinding sign, I'm not sure
It'd be much
that-
easier to give people directions as you approach the light coming off JFK. You'll see the SwimQuest sign, make a right at East Hobart Gap Road, and
Well, I think
then
they'll see the
a
sign either
left.
way. The question is how
How big it should be.
I think they'll see the sign from South Orange Avenue.
Oh, come on.
I knew that was coming.
I don't know.
Did you want to take 5 minutes?
Study it.
All right. We'll take a quick 5-minute break.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So after hearing the comments of this board, we decided to reconvene and redesign the proposed signage. And we've agreed to recommend reducing the signage by approximately 25%. The new dimensions would be 6 by 14. And just to kind of put this into perspective, the original sign proposal was about 14% of that entire facade, side facade. Now it's going to be reduced from 14% to 10%. And getting into the exact math, because I think that Mr. Santola is about to ask a question, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Lonzafama.
I'll let somebody else go first.
So the reduction in overall height means that we're still 1 foot over the maximum required, but it would be significantly smaller, 25% smaller, reducing the height and the overall length by, the overall length's being reduced by over 5 feet. So we're bringing down the size of the sign quite a bit. We did an exhaustive study on this. We tried, before we even came to the board, to fully comply with the ordinance, and we looked at it, and the sign looked like a pimple on the side of the building. It just didn't work. And we think that this would be a good compromise. It's not ideal for what we wanted, but I think we could live with this, and we would be hopeful that the board would see that as well, that this is an opportunity to, as I said, improve the aesthetics of the building and also help with wayfinding. So we're proposing is 6 feet high by 14 feet long.
And the height variance gets reduced from 3 to 1, correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
It would be the same design with the
exact
logo on
same-
the top and
correct.
the lettering on the bottom. I'm
Exact,
looking-
exact same design, just proportionately reduced.
Looking at the A1, which is on the screen, is that a recent photograph?
That's from Google Maps.
That's from
That truck
September
is still there,
2025.
actually. That truck, we was there tonight when I came by.
It looks like there are 2 trucks or a truck and a van.
Yeah.
Is the lettering going to be above the truck as it's shown on
Yeah,
that?
if you look at, if you could put back up the rendering. Well, you could elevate the sign. If you look at the rendering, what happened to the rendering? Yeah. We had the rendering up before? No, the rendering.
The one that he had provided by his cell phone. Yes.
There you go.
There we go.
So you could see how that would be tucked. Too bad you couldn't have a side-by-side image. You could see we would tuck that up to the arching facade, keep it as high as possible. So more of it would be visible over the truck.
It wouldn't be blocked by trucks.
It wouldn't be blocked by the truck.
Not as often. So the SwimQuest letters, are they the same size as on the front of the building?
No, that's only a foot high.
The front of the building are only?
Yeah,
a feet,
they're
so
only
3
like,
times the size?
12, yeah. That sign is like really small.
Is there a reason why they didn't have the graphic on the front of the building?
I don't know why. I would.
If I may, can I call
defer
back
to
on my
Carolina.
architect to answer that question?
You wanna-
Carolina.
That's a good question. Could have been in there.
Right here.
So during the design of the front facade, we felt that the wave itself represented the concept for the wood cladding above had a wave within there. So we felt that adding additional signage with a logo on it was duplicating the concept. So again, going back to the side elevation, it was very plain and exposed. We felt that the large sign logo there worked greatly with the proportion of the curved feature on top, and it fit just nicely.
Will the graphic appear on any other part of the building?
The wave,
The graphic,
The swimmer.
the swimmer.
The swimmer.
where does it appear? What other location? At the rear entry.
On the rear of the building, by the parking, facing the parking lot?
Yes.
This was a foot.
So what will the new height of the sign be? The bottom of the sign will be at what elevation above the,
So we're reducing the size of the sign by 2 feet, the overall height. So we're going from 8 to 6. So the 5-foot dimension that we currently show on the plans that were submitted, I would assume would go up to 7,
so it'll be 7 feet above ground level?
above ground level.
You know what the height of the truck is that was shown in that photograph?
I would think that's probably about 8 feet.
So
You could
part
talk
of
to
the
the gas
sign,
station about
part of
parking
the
it
sign would
somewhere
still,
else.
part of the sign would still be obstructed.
Possibly, unless they finally got rid of the truck. It looked like it was in pretty bad shape, so at some point, I think they're gonna be junking it, so.
And the larger letters on the side as compared to the front is,
So if we're reducing it by 25%, so it'd be 18 inches instead of 24 inches,
1.5 feet.
roughly.
The letters.
the letter, oh, okay,
The
so the
letter
new letters would be
Swim
1.5
Quest.
feet.
I assume,
I thought you just said 3.
Yeah, I thought I heard 3 feet.
So those letters would be 6 inches bigger than the existing letters on the front of the building.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I can answer.
correct.
So the sign letters would be 18 inches high, is that what you're saying?
Is that correct, Carolina?
That's correct.
One last
We
question.
didn't talk about
For
lighting.
wayfinding, wouldn't it be better to have the lettering above the graphic? If you want greater visibility of the,
I think people identify with the swimmer. They have a number of facilities, one in Melbourne.
I'm
and-
guessing that's the logo that appears on everything.
Yeah,
That's the logo for this.
yeah,
Right.
that's, yeah. So that configuration is recognizable by
Is the business
our
open?
clientele.
We are.
Yes.
Did we talk about the lights yet, Michael?
I tried to illustrate that through the rendering exhibit, but it really doesn't do it justice because the wall is white, is gonna be white, and the light that illuminates SwimQuest and the swimmer is gonna be similar to the color you see on the wall there. So it's gonna be, the light is gonna be blue and the background's gonna be white.
And the light above the facade is also gonna be blue?
No, is that gonna be blue also, Carolina? Yeah. Yes.
As far as the visual. I'm having trouble reversing the blue and the white. Because the drawing and the letters are in blue. Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Mike, just a few questions for you. Just to reiterate, the new proposal reduces the overall signage by 25%, is that correct?
That's correct.
And it also reduces the total signage for this facade from 14 to 10%?
That's correct.
And in general, the lettering itself for SwimQuest will go from 24 inches to 18 inches in height,
That's correct.
because the overall reduction by 25% will be proportional, which is consistent with the logo branding for this company?
That's correct. We're trying to keep everything proportional and consistent with the logo that we've been using since the inception of SwimQuest.
And again, it's your testimony here tonight that you had already reviewed a proposal that would be consistent with this municipality zoning ordinance and found that it wouldn't address the concerns or the aesthetic concerns.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Would you think about switching the logo and the letters so that the letters don't get blocked by the trucks that are parked there all the
Well,
time?
that's what Mr. Valerio asked.
I know.
We said no.
Well, he parks trucks there all the time.
But not,
I've been
no,
living
that's,
here for a
that,
long time, there's trucks there all the time.
Has there been any discussion between SwimQuest and the property owner next door?
you gotta use your microphone.
Has there been any discussion between the property owner and the gas station?
We will certainly do that. It makes sense for us to do that and try and work an arrangement with them so they didn't park high vehicles in there.
All right.
If they just do a conventional car, the sign will be above the conventional car.
Like in the rendering.
Correct.
Yeah.
That
Maybe
is
you just
correct.
park silver BMWs underneath.
It's a shame to put a nice sign up there and have it partially blocked. It's gonna look,
Sam's Corvette, that's what
To be fair, during the design process, when we went to the site multiple times, there was never a box truck parked on that facade.
So we're talking about 18-inch letters, and then how long, then the logo takes up the rest of the space to get to this?
Yeah, there's a separation of about, I guess, 9 inches between the top of the letters and the bottom of the logo. That was 1 foot, so it'd be about, I guess, about 9 inches now. Something like
And then
that.
the logo itself would decrease from 5 feet previously proposed to 3 feet,
Yeah, that's what-
0.75.
No. Look, we're just having a little trouble visualizing what it looks like, and I was wondering with the rendering, whether that would make it easier for us to actually see on a wall.
Are you referring to the scale or the colors?
Probably both.
both, the whole,
Yeah,
I would suggest to open the submitted drawings where you have the elevation that clearly shows that there's a blue logo on a white background.
Where is that?
Well, I think we got that because we've seen the current sign that's up.
Well, no, I don't think that does it justice. This one here?
Yep.
Well, we're not.
Just to clarify, you said a blue logo, blue letters on a white background,
Correct.
and the lighting is going to be blue,
Correct, the same aqua blue.
and that blue is going to be right against the letters in the logo and the drawing.
Correct, it's gonna
So
be
it's
within-
blue on blue, right?
Correct, and the blue kind of washes onto the.
The white
onto
background.
wall. Yeah,
Like to see it.
like a halo kind of light.
right. Mhm.
I personally would like to see another rendering of, what we've changed here, personally.
Okay.
Just see it on the wall.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Mark, can you just take it back to the photo of the gas station? So,
Let him go.
I think what the chief's looking for is bring the camera back to the light, or closer to the light.
Right,
And put the sign in,
like a Photoshop.
a Photoshop
Yeah.
of the sign.
And superimpose the sign onto an actual photograph of the building.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
We'll make sure the blue truck is gone.
In the appropriate colors. You need to mark this.
If he superimposes, if he photoshops it, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Google Earth. I don't know what day that is.
Lauren, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you're, in fairness, we're not trying to be the bad guys, but you're asking for,
I hear you.
a couple big variances on something that,
We would have to live with.
yeah, and our neighbors
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
live with it.
right. I'm less concerned about their logo is their logo, and I think if people see the swimmer, that will signal, a truck isn't going to be blocking all of the lettering at one time. But I do think it would be helpful for everybody on this board to see an updated rendering or Photoshop image.
The one thing I wanted to clarify is regarding the logo and the illumination of the logo. I believe there was some confusion. The logo will only be illuminated internally. There will be no backlighting of the logo onto the facade. So it will be a crisp logo lines onto the white background. There was no halo effect.
Oh, there's not, okay.
And to clarify, those letters you're saying are 12 inches, and the ones that we're talking about now will be 18 inches. Is that correct?
With the reduction of the signage by
Right.
25%, yes.
Right, we're looking on this, just so we can all hopefully picture this better. Those letters are 12 inches high, and we're talking about what you're asking us to approve is now 18 inches.
Yes.
Correct.
Thank you.
And what's the gap between the letters here in this particular sign?
Gap between each letter?
Each letter, like, and the sign on the side that we are here for, the gap between each letter is 9 inches, right? No.
No.
No, it's 9 inches.
No,
The
it's not-
9
not
inches would
vertically.
be
9 inches vertically,
between the actual logo
Okay.
and the text.
okay.
So not between the letters.
What is the gap between the letters?
I would say 2 inches.
2 inches, right here? And even on the side?
On the site, depends on the proportion of the signage. It might be more, slightly more since it's a larger sign.
They're all
Okay.
the same proportion. Both signs are going to be the same proportions. So,
I just want to say too, that I think what you've done to the building is great. I think the facade, the way you orchestrated the mansard, to your point, jazzes up the building. We just got to get this last piece of it right.
sure, fair enough.
So ask her what the date is.
You see it with the pictures.
Yeah.
We're not comfortable based on this.
If it's painted white now, which it is. The sign, but the wall is not blue. I know that, but it doesn't look this blue. I've driven by it 100 times.
At night?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
In fairness, that was tracked like 3 times.
Yeah, no, I mean, can you come back with a rendering, and then we can just see what it looks like and get the board comfortable with size, and we can see whether that's something that this board would approve?
Yes, we can absolutely do it. What we'd like to do is come back with a rendering of the originally proposed signage and the new proposal, so you can see it by contrast. The one thing I would ask, if it would be acceptable to this board, since it appears we're on the goal line, would it be possible that the next hearing on this application, we could also adopt the resolution if found the affirmative?
You know, because we'll have you, our next meeting is the 2nd, so we'll have you come back on the 2nd. And,
December.
yeah, December 2nd. And we can, hopefully, you'll take care of everything.
Well, no, I think he's saying, can we
No, I know
pre-draft
that.
the
That's-
resolution?
Can we what?
Pre-draft
Draft
the
the
resolution.
resolution.
Well,
Yeah.
we can,
That would be up to Mr. Valera.
yeah.
You got it.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah,
Thank
so,
you.
so this is, continued to December 2nd, 7:30, so we'll be back on December 2nd, 7:30. There will not be, this is your notice of that next hearing. So if you want to come back on that, so December 2nd here at 7:30 again, and this will be continued on that day. Sure.
Oh, so see, that, my request was, so how do I go about that, to make that request to the Slaters?
Well,
I'm sorry.
He's gonna talk to the Slaters for you.
yeah.
How do I make that request to the Slaters? Because,
You and I, after this.
Yeah, why don't you,
okay,
why don't you
because-
two chat, and then I guess you two can kind of
because
talk
I
to
approached
each
to one
other.
of the brothers and he wasn't too friendly. He passed away. unfortunately.
Andy, I apologize. He said you're Mark.
That light is extremely dangerous, and there's accidents like all the time. I think the bigger the sign, the better. The less people have to be scanning and looking. It's just safer. If there's going to be kids in the cars, I think the bigger the sign, the better, because people are like already are crashing there. And if it's going to be busy and there's going to be new people coming, they absolutely should be much easier for them to come in and identify the building. So I think the bigger the better. And I know they've compromised. Maybe
Well, you
become
can,
smaller, but I don't think
right,
they
you can
should.
come back on the 2nd, we'll be happy to, and then you can make a statement under oath.
Yeah, sure.
Be happy to,
Sounds good.
to hear it. Okay, thank you.
I did not pay to say that.
Okay, so,
Matt, thank you very much.
all right, so notice for the 2nd, no further notice is required. Thank you. With that, we are adjourned.
You can go home, watch the Giants play.